The Newton County Commission approves the purchase of a mobile morgue at the request of area hospitals.
President-elect Biden is forming his coronavirus plan without the help of President Trump. I'm Michael George in Wilmington, Delaware, with the state of the president's attempts to overturn the results of the election.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
Newton County, Missouri commissioners say they'll soon buy a mobile morgue following requests from Freeman and Mercy hospitals. This is KOAM News at 5. A number of communities around our nation are already using mobile morgues like this one in El Paso, Texas. Four-state hospital officials are concerned that rising rates of COVID-19 could limit their ability to properly care for all their patients. Newton County Commissioner Bill Raybolt also says that COVID-19 creates even more issues when a patient dies from the virus in the hospital, and a mobile morgue could be a solution.
They wanted the bodies removed so they were not in the room so they could properly clean the room because hospitals are full.
Raybolt says the new mobile morgue will be bought with CARES Act funds. Tonight at 10, we're going to hear from Freeman Hospital officials about what they think about that mobile morgue purchase. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly today issues a new statewide mask mandate as the state continues to see coronavirus cases rise. The new order takes effect on November 25th and only in counties that don't have their own mandates. The order requires people to wear a face covering in indoor public spaces. Kansas state law does allow counties to opt out of such orders. Local hospitals have been calling on area government officials to enact mask mandates in their communities. Now at least 4 cities in our area have released statements about where they stand on potential mask mandates. Joplin Mayor Ryan Stanley issued a letter saying he would be contacting county commissioners in Jasper and Newton counties in an effort to work together to determine the best way to move forward. 3 other cities, Carl Junction, Webb City, and Carthage, issued statements later in the day saying they're trusting their citizens to do the right thing. Some Newton County officials say a mandate might not be the best course.
The problem is with a mandate is the enforcement of the mandate. It's almost impossible to enforce a mandate. And then when you do mandate, you do get people that push back against that mandate.
We'll hear more from local officials and the statements issued tonight at 6. Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather. Doug.
Well, another nice day. It's just very windy outside, and it's going to be windy over the next couple days. So we've had a red flag warning today, and then tomorrow we're going to have a wind advisory as the winds will actually get even stronger across the region. Plenty of sunshine, not too much is going on across the Central Plains. We do have some clouds to our north, but in general, I think we'll see clear skies for us tonight. Temps near 70 for highs, and we've dropped back into the mid 60s right now. But look at these south winds kicking in at about 15, 20, upwards to 25 miles per hour at times. And then if you factor in the wind gusts, it gets even worse, 35, 40, 45 miles per hour. In fact, I think by tomorrow we could have gusts near 50, which is a little crazy. We'll drop back through the 60s, 50s, mid 50s tonight. Gets really active toward Thanksgiving. We're going to break all that down here in just a bit.
All right, see you soon. President-elect Joe Biden spoke with frontline healthcare workers today as he continues to focus on the pandemic. Meanwhile, President Trump is at the White House with no public events as he continues to fight the election results. Reporter Michael George is in Wilmington, Delaware with the latest.
President-elect Joe Biden held a virtual roundtable with healthcare workers as he continues to craft a pandemic response plan without the cooperation of the Trump administration.
There's a whole lot of things that we just don't have available to us, which unless it's made available soon, we're going to be behind.
In Wisconsin, where Biden won by more than 20,000 votes, the Trump campaign has wired $3 million to fund a partial recount in the state's 2 largest counties. Both counties lean heavily Democratic. On Twitter, President Trump attacked Georgia's recount as a joke. But Georgia state officials say they found only minor discrepancies, with the audit on pace to finish by Wednesday's deadline. Meanwhile, President Trump's former acting chief of staff sounded off on the Fox Business Network, one day after the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, contradicted himself before a federal judge in a Pennsylvania case.
I still am a little concerned about the use of Rudy Giuliani. They're not using the most well-noted election lawyers.
President Trump fired his top election official, Chris Krebs, after Krebs pushed back against claims of widespread voter fraud. A Biden team spokesman says Krebs was fired for telling the truth.
Several congressional Republicans praised Krebs while also supporting the president's right to fire him.
He's always seemed very capable and knowledgeable to me. Having said that, the president, any president, is entitled to surround himself with advisors of his choice.
Krebs served as DHS Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency Director. He told CBS News in a phone call that he expected to be fired and he has no regrets. Michael George, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
On Capitol Hill, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi retained her gavel after House Democrats held leadership elections. The Speaker said she looks forward to working with President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. A little bit later, getting into the Christmas spirit.
Has the pandemic got you wanting some holiday cheer? I'm Elise Preston with a look at how Christmas is coming early across the country.
And next in Health Watch, as the nation continues seeing record-breaking coronavirus numbers, there is some more good news about a vaccine. We know that being overweight and obese puts patients at higher risk of serious complications from the coronavirus. Well, now new research shows the link is strongest for younger adults under age 50. A study in the journal Circulation looked at more than 7,600 patients and found severely obese people under age 50 are more likely to be hospitalized, need a ventilator, and die from COVID. About 2/3 of American adults are obese or overweight. As the White House Coronavirus Task Force warns of unrelenting spread of the coronavirus across the country, there is more promising news on the vaccine front. Plus, the nation's largest school system switches back to remote learning. Danya Bacchus reports.
As Americans wait in long lines across the country to get tested for the coronavirus, Pfizer and its partner BioNTech announced plans to apply for emergency use authorization of their vaccine after results show it is 95% effective.
This is an extraordinary strong protection.
Pfizer says the vaccine appears to protect older people and has virtually no side effects. The development comes as a White House Coronavirus Task Force report obtained by CBS News shows 47 states are now in the red zone for new cases. The task force calls the spread of the virus aggressive and unrelenting.
At least 37 states have imposed new coronavirus restrictions in November. Here in Los Angeles County, restaurants and bars must now close at 10 p.m. starting Friday to slow the spread.
In Michigan, officials sent an emergency alert to cell phones about mask wearing and new restrictions. Lindsay Wooten of Utah says her mother, father, and grandfather were all in the same hospital with coronavirus. Only her father survived.
I was one of those that said, this is no different than a cold or the flu. And I was proven wrong, not once, not twice, but 3 times.
And because of surging cases, New York City announced schools are going back to remote learning starting Thursday. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
More than 1,700 COVID-19 deaths were reported in the U.S. yesterday. That's the highest single-day total since mid-May. Doctors on the White House task force say if more steps aren't taken, the U.S. could see up to 2,000 daily deaths by Christmas. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, we're going to hear from our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to give you some hints on how to treat your dog's dry skin.
It's pretty calm outside for us right now, but the weather will start to pick up heading into the weekend. Latest coming up next. Well, it definitely turned out to be another great day for us today. A little bit warmer than what we have seen as we were mainly into the mid upper 60s yesterday. We dropped back into the upper 40s, and then most of us today right around 70 during the afternoon. There's strong south winds kind of helping those temperatures warm up across the region. You can see these temps right now. Most of us mid-60s. We've dropped off a little bit, 63 in Monette, 65 in Bonita. Parsons, 65. Nevada is sitting at 64 degrees, but it's the winds. The winds are strong. Look at these sustained south winds at about 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. So this is the consistent wind, and then it will gust up as we work through the day and into the afternoon today. And you can see a lot of areas have had gusts 40 upwards to 45 miles per hour. We're going to continue to see that over the next couple days. Looks great though, clear skies. We're looking east from the station, 64 south winds sustained at 22. And our humidity is bone dry. It's at 27. I know a lot of people have been out kind of burning leaves and all, but next couple days, definitely not the time to do it. We'll drop back through the 60s, 50s, mid 50s for overnight lows tonight. Wind advisory in effect tomorrow. Humidity is going to be a little bit higher. Still don't want to burn. Clear skies. Nothing going on here. You can see some clouds up to our north, but here's the beginnings of our next storm system, and our pattern is really going to pick up. If you've noticed with this current pattern, which we've been in now for about 2 months, we get a nice week, then we get a real active week, then a nice week and a real active week, and we're going to move into our active week by the time we head into the weekend. All right, so for the evening and tonight, looks fine. Mid-50s, pretty much clear skies. Let's go into Thursday afternoon, maybe a few clouds during the afternoon, but our temperature is fantastic, even warmer than what we have outside today. We'll start at 54, 68 by noon, high temp is 74. But look at these south winds. These are going to be sustained at 20 to 30, and again, we're going to get those gusts 45, 50 miles per hour across the region. So it's going to be super windy for us on Thursday. Clouds increase tomorrow night, may even be a pocket or two of drizzle. We'll drop back upper 50s. Let's go into Friday. Here's the beginning of our next storm system. Mainly cloudy skies throughout the day. There's going to be some light little showers that start popping up as we head through the day. I still think we'll go into the 60s, and then we'll start to drop as we head into Friday night and especially into Saturday. So here's Friday evening, light rain across the region. Temperatures will be in the 50s. As we go into the daytime hours on Saturday, we'll start to drop into the 40s. So on and off showers all day long on Saturday. You can even see mixing with a little bit of snow as you head a little farther north toward Kansas City. So this system sticks around all the way through Sunday. Then it's gone. Monday looks good. Next system Tuesday with rain. Travel Wednesday looks good. Then we have another system on Thanksgiving that could give us some showers. So it is pretty active all the way up over the next week. 74 tomorrow. 68 on Friday with showers. We'll start the day in the 50s Saturday and drop into the 40s. So this weekend is a great week. 40s, rain. It's a great weekend to watch some football, or if you haven't put up the Christmas stuff, which I know some people in my family have already put up Christmas stuff,
Yep.
which I think is crazy. Good weekend to do it.
All right, plenty of crazy people out and about, including in my house. We put up some Christmas stuff. Thanks, Doug. Coming up, the FAA gives the go-ahead to Boeing to bring back the 737 MAX. First, though, we honor a local World War II veteran. Gerardo Giacometti served in the U.S. Navy from 1943 to 45. Frontenac, Kansas native, was a tail gunner, and we salute Aviation Ordnanceman 3rd Class Gerardo Giacometti, a four-state hero. Boeing 737 MAX airliner will be allowed to fly again after the FAA decided to remove a grounding order. The jet hasn't flown passengers since March of last year, following 2 deadly crashes linked to a design flaw that killed 346 people. Regulators from around the world agreed to changes to add redundancy to the anti-stall sensors and reduce a system's ability to overpower a flight crew. Federal bankruptcy judge approved a landmark $8.3 billion settlement between the maker of OxyContin, Purdue Pharma, and the Justice Department. The settlement is tied to the company's multi-decade involvement in fueling the nation's opioid crisis. Purdue also pleaded guilty to 3 criminal charges. The Christmas holidays have always been a time of joy and renewed spirit, and this year, more than ever, people are ready for a little holiday cheer. Reporter Elise Preston has an early taste of the season.
Old St. Nick is once again headed our way, and for millions of pandemic-weary Americans, he can arrive soon enough.
Makes you just forget the world for just a teeny bit.
With people cooped up at home, holiday decorating has started sooner than usual.
This year,
basically after Halloween, I was ready to go.
Bringing out the holiday cheer and decorating for Christmas just it's a mood boost.
Trees are going up even before Thanksgiving, and stores that sell Christmas items are packed.
Sometimes double, sometimes triple. Our business is crazy. People want to be happy. We sell happy.
It's not just the inside of homes. Here in Brooklyn, New York, homeowners spare no expense when it comes to outdoor decorations.
Usually we start around Halloween, but this year, because of Corona, we wanted to start earlier because we saw our neighborhood very depressed and dreary, and we wanted to bring joy to everyone.
And when it comes to decorating cars, Tyler Pepper is tough to beat. Santa and his sleigh are strapped to the roof of his ride. The lights run on solar power.
Kids are just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then parents, they'll grab their phone, they'll put it right over the windowsill and take a little video.
A little early holiday cheer during a time when many people can use a lift. Elise Preston, CBS News, Brooklyn, New York.
That family has been decorating their Brooklyn home for more than 50 years. Experts say that decorating early for the Christmas season can actually make a person happier. The Joplin National Alliance on Mental Health says studies show people who decorate have a sense of childlike euphoria and happiness. During this stressful time, many people are decorating earlier than usual. One four-stater tells us she started decorating last week because it brings happiness to her and her family and gives the kids a prolonged Christmas season.
Had a couple nice days, so the husband went up on the roof and started putting up lights and pulling all of the Christmas decorations out of the shed. And we figured we might as well start early. There's not a whole lot else that we've got going on that we're doing, and it's just a fun time of year, so why not make it last longer?
Yeah, we put up our tree ourselves. Kelly added that normally they start decorating for Christmas right after Black Friday, but decorating early like this year may become their new thing. Our pet vet on call next. The CBS Evening News is next. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to hear more from area county officials about the possibility of mask mandates. Plus, Missouri Southern announces a new program to connect freshmen with global business, government, and military leaders. And Pitt State is preparing for their final game of the fall this weekend. We're going to hear from the team. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Our pets sometimes suffer from some of the same ailments we all do, including one that becomes worse as the weather gets colder. Today's question for our pet vet on call: how do I treat my dog's dry skin?
Well, it would be so nice if we can use the same oils and lotions that we use on our dry skin, but with their fur and hair, that's problematic. So there are other things that we can do, and they're quite easy. First of all, check the ingredients of your food, check the quality of your food, make sure it's good nutrition. Second of all, bathing. Use a detergent-free or oatmeal or even medicated shampoo and give them a bath in rich lather and soak them for a good 20 to 30 minutes before you rinse. That really makes them feel good. And the last thing, and it's about that time of year, our heating systems in the wintertime are brutally drying. And so a humidifier in the bedroom is going to help everybody, actually.
We invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question every Wednesday here on KOAM News at 5. All right, now let's check our picks of the litter for this week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this male shepherd mix puppy named Gordo. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we've chosen Mocha, an 8-year-old male cat. If you're looking for a pet, we hope you at least check out your local Humane Society. They always have a bunch of good ones. Checking back with Doug Heddy now for a final look at the weather.
Yeah, it looks great for the rest of the evening hours tonight. We'll drop back to about 54. Another great day tomorrow. It is still going to be extremely windy, winds gusting near 50. 74 for a high, 68 on Friday. Clouds, some showers start to develop, and then most of the weekend into the 40s with rain. So a great weekend to stay indoors.
Sounds like a good plan. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 6. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.